since I have you here, Ngozi, I have to ask you about the broken dispute resolution settlement mechanism. And the Americans have been holding up the appointment of appellate judges. Supposedly reform needs to happen of the WTO before they're willing to make that happen. Is that moving forward?
Yes, yes, it is. First, just to correct one thing, the system is really not broken. It's 2 tiers. So there's a panel level, and last year 17 cases were brought, and cases are being brought every day.
And they get resolved at the panel level.
Yeah. The panel gives a judgment. The problem we have is, quite rightly, like you said, Ian, the second tier, the appellate body, is not functioning because, as you said, the U.S. Blocked the election of judges into that tier. So what happens is, if there's a quote-unquote judgment against a member, they can appeal it into the void, since that second tier is not functioning. So it's very crucial that it functions, because if you negotiate agreements, it's not good that the mechanism for enforceability doesn't work well and smoothly. So we are reforming it. The U.S. has been very constructive now, and they have laid out what their problems are with the system. We have a process ongoing at the WTO. We hope that by the time we have our 13th ministerial meeting in Abu Dhabi, yes, end of February 2024, that we would have gone a substantial way towards agreeing on this reform and the form it should take. So work is visibly underway, and I'm hopeful. I don't want to be too hopeful, but I'm hopeful that we will go a long distance in this reform.
Does that mean that next year, more likely than not, we actually will have a breakthrough of this impasse on the appellate court?
I'm hoping so. Actually, at our 12th ministerial June last year, members signed on the dotted line to reform of this well-functioning dispute settlement system by 2024. I think the issue now is when in 2024, and we're trying to say, let's get it done by February, when we have this ministerial meeting.
Well, you know, we're very litigious in the United States, so we want to be able to bring people to court. Let's get this resolved.
Let me tell you that the U.S. is one of the biggest users of the system, and they've won the most cases. They've also lost, but they've won more than they've lost. So we hope that some of the complaints they're making are legitimate. They are not the only ones who have problems with the system. Developing countries also find it difficult to access. So let's take all these complaints, let's try and reform the system and make it useful to everyone.